everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Mariana and you're watching Lucifer's Library. In today's video, yes, we are doing exactly what I said that I was not going to do, which is I'm giving myself a TBR. So again, we have prompts here and I'm just gonna go for it. Before we continue, the last TBR that I filmed was August TBR and I had 4 necessary reads and 4 optional reads. I only read one of the necessary reads and then I just did not read anything else from that TBR. So I think I'm going to return to it later in the year or maybe sometime in the future. I'm gonna do a video and see how many books I read and how many I didn't, and then I would have to read all 7 of them or something. I don't know. But I just didn't feel like reading. I also have schoolwork to do. I started school again, so things are a little bit up in the air, which is why I am aiming to only have 2 necessary reads from this TBR, but I will still be going for 6 optional bonus prompts. So without further ado, let's just get started. We have TBR pile here. I don't know what they are. I'm just gonna mix them up. I've added a few and I took away a few. Okay, the first one that we are doing is this one. It's a book you say you'll read but never pick up, and it is not from physical TBR. I am setting this aside as a necessary read, and the second necessary read is, let me just mix it up a little bit. Okay, it's this one. Oh, it is +1. Add another book to your TBR, which means I'm going to have to add 2 necessary prompts. Let's do it. Okay, you know what? I've got this. I've got this. That first one kinda inspired me, so it's fine. I can do this. It is a 5-star prediction. Oh, this is gonna be exciting. And the last necessary prompt that we have here is, you know what, I'm gonna go for this one. It is a book my sister Anya has read before. Okay, I think I know what book I'm gonna go for because there aren't many options from my own TBR. But if I were to go on her bookshelf, there are a few options. Anyway, okay, let's do 4 optional bonus prompts. Okay, a put down book. I'm not looking forward to this because all put down books were put down because I wasn't in a fantasy mood, and I'm currently going through a book slump, reading slump, and fantasy does not really inspire me that much. Let's go with this one. On shelf for more than 5 years. I got this prompt last month for August. There aren't many books and none of them inspire me right now, but it's fine. Okay, let's go. Let's go another round. How many do we have left? 2. Okay, this one. Gosh. Over 450 pages. Okay, let's do a... Okay. Recommend 1 book you've read this year. Okay, we can do this. I don't have to read anything, but I have to recommend a book that I've read this year. We can do this. 2 more prompts. Let's do this one. It is oldest published book. This is gonna be hard, but we can find one. Okay, and the last prompt is random number generator. Now, I can use random number generator to choose a book from my unread TBR, or I can use random number generator to choose a prompt. And I think I'm gonna go for a prompt. Let it generate. Prompt number 73. Prompt number 72 is gray cover. And we are done. So let's get started and let's choose the books that I need to read. So behind me is my unread physical TBR. These books are actually seconds and thirds of all the books that I haven't yet read. So this shelf does not actually count as my physical TBR shelf. But I think these are the ones that I have yet to read. So we have 3 shelves, which is really nice because I went from having 5 shelves of books to read to having just 3. I really made progress this year, but then again, I was on a book buying ban and I wanted to go through my physical TBR. I recently bought a lot of books, so I think we're gonna go on to a 4th shelf. So we have to read before the books arrive. So let's start with the necessary prompts. A book Anya, my sister, has read before. My sister would most want me to read These Broken Stars, but this book was for August, and I tried one chapter. I mean, I liked it, but I'm not currently in the mood for sci-fi. So I'm gonna go with... Oh, I have books here. I mean, gosh. Mariana, damn. I can go with Cruel Crown, which is also a fast read. So... you know what, I'm just gonna go for this one. If I asked my sister, she would say Empire of Storms, but no, I'm gonna go for Cruel Crown. So a book Anya has read before. Then we have a 5-star prediction. My 5-star prediction that I also want to be in the mood for right now. I've had these books on here for so long that my anticipation has kind of dissipated, if that is the word. I don't know what book is going to be a 5-star because I just lost interest. I could go with The Name of the Wind, but I don't feel like reading long books and choosing long books because I have a midterm and a final exam coming up in September. So I have to study. Okay, you know what? Yeah, we're going with The Heart of Betrayal. I heard this series, this trilogy, even gets better with every single book, and in the last book the main character has reached such a great character development. So yeah, okay, 5-star prediction. And I also want to read the 3rd book because I've just heard such high, immense praise. And then we have +1, which means I have to add one more book, and that is a book you say you'll read but never pick up, and this is not physical TBR. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna start. So I have this obsession with Six the Musical, right? And I have this obsession with King Henry VIII and his wives, and just like I want to learn more. Like I want to learn more about the period and what went down. So I am going to start off. I have the books about all of the wives. I'm going to start with Catherine of Aragon, who was Henry VIII's first wife, and I have a book by Alison Weir. W-E-I-R. It is called Catherine of Aragon, the True Queen, and I'm gonna start there because I wanted to read that. I actually wanted to start this book today, but we're filming this. That's a great incorporation of my desires into the TBR. Oldest published. This one is gonna give me gray hairs. I'm just gonna check every single book and we'll see which one is the oldest published. Obviously, I know which ones have been published very recently, so I'm not gonna check those, but I don't know which one exactly is the oldest published. Okay, it took me a while, but we have oldest published book, and that is The Last Wish by this author, which is basically the first book in the Witcher series, but I think that this is a prequel or something. It's not the beginning of The Witcher, I don't think. Next bonus prompt is a put down book. I have many put down books. A Song of Wraiths and Ruin. I have Truth Witch, which I actually gave to my sister because I decided I'm not gonna read it. And I have many books that I started and haven't finished. It is The Mark of Athena. That one I started, I mean, I guess These Broken Stars I started recently but didn't continue. Listen, I know I'm not gonna read a put down book, but I have to choose one. I mean, Empire of Storms is also a put down book. I'm just not... Oh, okay. No, never mind. The Fiery Heart. I started this and I put it down. I didn't finish it. Every other book, listen, I would choose other books, but I'm just not in the mood for them. I guess I am in the mood for paranormal and vampires, so I'm just gonna add this. But I'm not too hopeful that I'm going to read it. Okay, on shelf for more than 5 years. This is not the oldest book that I have on my shelf, but I think I'm gonna go with this one because I do think that I got it in 2016. But if I remember correctly, it was towards the New Year's of 2016 to 2017. A book with a great cover. I have many books with great covers. So great covers are here and 2 here. I think I'm gonna go with The Darkest Minds, just because I've been avoiding it, and recently I kind of watched the trailer for the movie and I was like, oh, that's interesting. When I bought the book, I didn't know what it was about. The cover is what keeps repelling me from this book. I don't like this cover. I really don't, but I'm gonna read it. And so we have great cover. I mean, I hope to read it. We'll see. And we have over 450 pages. literally any book here. I mean, I have many books. You know what? I'm gonna be brave. I am really not in the mood for this, but I can feel myself going, coming, getting in the mood for this book. So I'm just gonna put it as a possibility with no strings attached. This book has almost 100 pages. I really shot up high. I could have chosen a book with less pages, but you know what? If we're doing this, we're doing this. And the last prompt that we have is recommend one book you've read this year, which I can. Okay, recently I have read or finished the entire Star-Crossed trilogy. Listen, I know you have seen me on my social medias. If you follow me, you've seen me talk about this trilogy everywhere, but this is currently my obsession. I've been going through a phase where I've been obsessing over these books: Star-Crossed, Dreamless, and Goddess. I read all of these. I initially rated Star-Crossed 4 stars, then Dreamless was my top favorite. I read and rated 5 stars, and then Goddess I rated 4 stars, but after reading Goddess, I went back and rated Star-Crossed 5 stars. So these two are 5 and this one is 4. I absolutely love this trilogy. It has Greek mythology, it has Achilles, it has gods and goddesses, it has mentions of Trojan War, and you basically have demigods. And listen, I am not eloquent enough to explain this trilogy, but this is probably my favorite trilogy that I've read this year, rooted in the mythologies and legends and myths and everything. It was so nice and so fun. I wish I could go back and read Dreamless for the first time again. This is my favorite book. It's so good. It's so... just read it if you haven't yet, because I love this trilogy so much. So yeah, that is it. I could have recommended other books, but I genuinely am currently just obsessed with Star-Crossed, and that's just the series that is in my head right now that I really wanted to point out here because I just finished it recently. The Goddess is actually the only book that I read in August. I'm filming this August 26th. So there's still some time for me to read. I might jump straight into the Catherine of Aragon book straight away, like before August ends. But these 3 books are my necessary reads, even though in August I didn't get to my necessary reads. But these are just books that I would like to push myself to finish before the month ends. And then we have the optional reads, the bonus prompts. Again, I can choose whichever one I want to read, but these are my bonus prompts. And then 8 books, my TBR. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below, let me know what you think. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.